one local name in sports won't have that option. Cougar coach Nick Rolovich has been fired from his job as Washington State's head football coach. He reportedly refused to get the vaccine and was then denied an exemption.
Tonight, the director of athletics says the coach failed to meet the requirements of the governor's mandate and can no longer fulfill his duties as head coach effective immediately. Fox 13's Jennifer Lee is in the newsroom with reaction.
David and Jamie, tonight, President Kirk Schulz reminded everyone WSU was the first in Washington State to require student vaccinations, and he says there wasn't going to be a different standard for anybody. This was Nick Rolovich's second year as head football coach. The 42-year-old coach shared over the summer that he elected not to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. Soon after in August, the governor announced the state vaccine mandate. Last weekend, Rolovich confirmed that he submitted a religious exemption and remained optimistic that he would remain in his position. Now the football team doesn't have a head coach and 4 more assistant coaches because of the mandate.
It is disheartening to be here today. Our football team is hurting. Our WSU community is fractured. Today will have a lasting impact on the young men on our team and the remaining coaches and staff.
We emphasize all along that fairness and equity are important, that we have a process that every employee at WSU would have the same opportunities. We weren't going to hold anybody up a particular way or create a special process for anybody. And I think we followed through on that.
We stopped by the Magnolia Village Pub, which is a backer bar for the Cougars. There was mixed opinions about Coach Rolovich's decision to not get vaccinated and the university following through with the governor's directive.
You know, as a parent, you set out expectations for behavior and you set consequences when that behavior isn't met. As adults, we all live that in our working world, and that seems to be the situation here.
A strong belief is a strong belief, and if you feel that that's what you have to do, then, you know, some people are like, well, I have no choice, and it's like, sure, you have a choice, and he chose, okay, I'm not going to, so therefore, you know, he's not going to have a job.
Rolovich was the highest paid state employee. State salary data from last year shows he was paid $3.2 million. The athletic director says now more than ever, the football team needs the empathy, compassion, and unity from the WSU community. In the newsroom, I'm Jennifer Lee.
Well, as Jen mentioned, Rolovich was in the middle of just his second season as Washington State football coach.
And the news comes at a critical time in the season for the Cougs, who have won their last 3 games. Sports director Aaron Levine joins us with more on the effect this has on the football program going forward.
Yeah, and defensive coordinator Jake Dickert has been named acting head coach, but it's truly an unprecedented time in Pullman. In fact, Rolovich had only coached 11 games. That's the shortest tenure by a head coach in the Pac-12 in 60 years. And in 2 seasons, he'd also never coached against the Huskies in an Apple Cup. Hard to believe. Rolovich was 5-6 as Cougars head coach, but his team had seemed to rally around him over the last few weeks with 3 straight wins, including Saturday against Stanford. Now they move forward without him and without 4 other assistant coaches. Defensive tackles coach Ricky Logo, cornerbacks coach John Richardson, quarterbacks coach Craig Stutzman, and offensive line coach Mark Weber. We caught up with former Cougars receiver Michael Bumpus and Cougar legend Jack Thompson, who both expressed sadness over today's events for everyone involved.
As a man, as a human being, you have to walk in the line that you want to walk in. And I'm sure it was extremely difficult for Rolo to make the decision that he made. But as a human being first, he did what he believed in. So in that sense, I'm happy for him. I'm just sad for the university and the players.
I respect Rolo. I like Rolo. I advocated for Rolo from day one. This whole thing has real life implications for families, you know, the coaches and their kids and their wives. It's just incredibly sad.
And later in sports, Thompson and Bumpus share a message of encouragement to the players on the team. It's a senior class that's weathered a whole lot, from a tragic loss of one of their quarterbacks to a first coaching change to playing through a pandemic, and now another coaching move with the firing of Rolovich and 4 assistant coaches. Back to you.